Hormozi runs 2 YouTube channels, his main channel with 4.4 million subscribers and his second channel, about 108,000 subscribers. Now, I've been watching that second channel for about 5 or 6 months now, and I still remember the first time I heard him say this.
That channel has more attributed revenue to ACQ than my main channel.
The smaller one, more revenue attributed to it than the 4.4 million. If you go to the uploads page for that second channel, the timestamps are all from the same day, just stacking. One guy, he says about 20 times a day.
Yeah, so that channel is run by one guy and a bunch of AI workflows.
So I actually went through and counted the uploads. On some days, it was closer to 40. If you edit videos for a living, you heard that and thought, that is not my world. I get it. But this is a channel publishing at a pace no team I have ever managed could touch. And it's one person. So 3 questions that I have. What would this actually cost in real people? What a system like this actually needs? And whether it replaces you or promotes you. I have been editing for 8 years now, and 4 of them professional and paid. I was the content director at one of the fastest growing education channels. We took it from 400,000 subscribers to 630 subscribers in under 2 years, and I managed, directed, and QA'd a team of 7. So I know what this actually costs. When I was running that team, I had a dedicated short form editor. On a good day, that person could finish about 2 pieces. And these are edited with engagement, color grading, pacing, text, music, the whole thing, not just chopping up clips and throwing them on a timeline. So 2 a day was solid, but 14 pieces, it took 7 days. And that was a good week for the editor. Now, those were fully graded shorts. His 40 are lightly cut answers. So 2 a day from one editor, Hormozi says about 20 a day on that second channel. When I went and counted the uploads myself, on some days, it was closer to 40. That is a 10 to 20 times different of what one editor produces in a day. And you can't close that gap by working harder or staying later. Even if you somehow doubled your output, you're still 5 to 10 times short. The only version of this where one person keeps up is if the work itself changes. Now, taking long form content and turning it into a volume play, that isn't new. Dave Ramsey has run a clips channel since 2013. Over 11,000 videos, 3 to 4 a day, every single day. That clips channel is at 4.59 million subscribers. His full episodes channel is at 1.17 million. So the clips lane is almost 4 times bigger than the main show. Hormozi sat down with Dave Ramsey and asked him about this. In that conversation, Ramsey explains the whole approach. He calls it sawdust. You take everything you already recorded, your long interviews, your full shows, and you just cut it into smaller pieces. Nothing new gets filmed. You're using what you already have. And then Hormozi asked him how.
But we sawdust every one of those. Every one of those.
When you say sawdust?
We're going to take pieces and clips and do all kinds of things with them. Instead of, we don't go create, I say, very seldom do we go create a YouTube short of anyone in the building or anything in the building. It is clipped from something we were already doing. So it's repurposed content that was already developed for something else, highly edited.
Yeah. I mean, because I've observed what you're doing and thinking like, how can we do even more of that kind of stuff?
Lots of payroll.
That was Ramsey's answer for over a decade. You want this kind of volume, you write checks. So Ramsey's answer was payroll. You want volume, you hire. When I was the content director, my answer was 2 editors doing about 20 pieces a week. And that still meant hiring people and paying per head. Hormozi's answer is 1 guy and a bunch of AI workflows. That's his word from his own videos. But then we come across a question. How do you publish this much? 3 different answers. Only one of them scales without adding more people. So if one person is running this, the whole thing really needs 3 pieces. A way to get the questions on camera, the machine that cuts it up, titles it, thumbnails it, and then publishes it. And then where all of that content actually points. I honestly think that third one matters more than the middle. These are structured sessions. Each one has a defined beginning and a defined ending. Somebody brings a problem, the answer gets recorded, there's a clean break. That structure is what makes the footage cuttable before anything touches it. 313 of the clips I pulled carried the same description. And when I say same, I mean identical. Copy-paste, byte for byte. It opens with one free resource and one link. That link, it goes to a free video called My Scaling Roadmap. I checked it myself. It's literally just a free video. Every one of those descriptions open the same way, with that one free thing and no pitch in front of it. Every clip points at the same door and lets the person decide. Someone comes in with the problem, the answer gets recorded, cut up, and put on the channel. That clip reaches another person who has the exact same problem. It sends them to the free video, and if they get enough value from it, they come in with their own problem. And this cycle, it starts again. Every conversation, it does two jobs. It answers one person, and it creates the content that finds the next one. And that loop is something you would be selling. Not clips, but the loop. Which brings us back to the middle piece, the machine. Take the footage from those sessions, cut it into clips, title each one, build a thumbnail, put it out. And honestly, this is the part every editor hears about and assumes is the hardest. When I initially looked at this, I realized I already had most of the cutting half done. I have a skill I built for cleaning up my own talking head footage. It finds where speech starts and stops, then cuts 5 frames outside the acoustic speech edge. That number, it came from measuring my own polished passes. 5 frames is where I was already cutting. That skill, it turned out to be the core step this whole system needs. What you're looking at right now is the output. 12 clips from one long-form source sitting on the review board. Each one, it has a title and a quote pulled for the thumbnail. 12 clips, each one is packaged, ready for me to sit down and look through. This is what the system handed me after one run. How all of this got built into its own video. Now, the cutting side was fine. I didn't have a major problem with how it split the footage. Where I had real disagreement was the packaging. The titles, the thumbnails, which quote to pull. That is where honestly every back and forth it happened. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that half is solved because it's not. Packaging still needs a person. Now, can a person cut a better 5-minute clip than this system? I think so. I would even bet on it. But can that same person do 40 of those a day? Every single day for an entire year? That is where it falls apart. The word is sustain. And honestly, sustain is the only part of this conversation that should worry anybody. Because if you already know how to cut a great clip, the job, it just moved. So what does that actually look like? A single editor running an entire highlight channel, the whole operation. Hormozi's channel is the existent proof. One person, 40 a day. Your job is running the machine, reviewing what comes out, and making the calls it can't make on its own. Packaging, tone, whether a clip is going to land or just sit there. Someone has to look at 40 clips and say, this one goes, this one doesn't. This thumbnail needs to change. That person is an editor. That is the job. If someone watches a full video on your client's main channel, they already care. They showed up. So instead of finding new people, you put a second piece of content in front of that specific person who already raised their hand. That mechanic has lived inside paid advertising for a long time. You are now just running it inside organic content instead. A highlight channel, it does the same job as a retargeting ad without spending $1. This is what you would be pitching. This isn't something new. Dave Ramsey has been running a clips channel since 2013. He did all of it with a full production team on payroll. Hormozi watched that and he said so on camera. Now, honestly, this is just my read, but I think Hormozi looked at Ramsey's operation and he worked out how to run it with one person and the right workflows. Now, I could be wrong about that, but the mechanic itself is 13 years old. You're not pitching a trend. If someone comes to you wanting this, you need to know whether to take the job or not. They need an existing audience with a shared specific problem and a main channel where the authority is already built. They need recorded calls or sessions with real customers. If any of that is missing, you are helping them push volume into a space where nobody knows who they are. And I wouldn't run one of these on my channel yet, honestly. I don't believe I have the audience to justify it quite yet. Now, the business owner is not going to build this themselves. They don't have the time, and most of them do not want to learn it. So they hire someone. The question is, who? The cheapest cutter in the room, or the editor who understands the content and the workflows and can actually run the machine? If you're watching this, you're closer to that than you probably think. Honestly, is this channel run by AI? There is one person behind it, and that person is making the calls that actually matter. AI handles systematic process, segmenting scripts, generating thumbnails, scheduling uploads, but nuance, knowing which answer will actually resonate with someone at 2 a.m. who just lost their biggest client. That is judgment, and I don't think we're close to replacing that. Now, Ramsey's answer was payroll, a full staff. Hormozi, he answered with workflows, one person and a system that carries the volume. And the next answer, I think we are already watching it take shape, is one editor who knows both sides. Now, if any of this interests you, in the next video, I'm going to show you how a system like this actually gets built, and how I rebuilt that same process from scratch using Claude and DaVinci Resolve. The whole build from footage going into the review board at the end. And I scored it against the clips their real editors actually published. So subscribe to this channel if you're interested, and go watch it when it drops. I'll walk you through the entire build from start to finish. I'll see you there.